Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video series, this is the second video for Lightning Web Component series. In this video, as we discussed in last video, to learn Lightning Web Component, that is the UI framework for Salesforce. To learn the framework, we should learn the language first. So we should know the HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Without learning this, it's not possible to learn directly framework. But if we know these three things, Lightning component will be very easy. So in this second video, we are going to start HTML. So HTML, the best way to learn HTML is you can just go to Google and type W3 school. This is the best. I have already opened, but you can type W3 school. This is the best place to learn HTML, CSS or JavaScript. But I'm going to explain all the required things from HTML, CSS and JavaScript, which is enough to build the Lightning Web Component. But after completing this course in future, if you want to be more perfect in this language, you can just go to this website and learn. It's very easy. So what is HTML? HTML is nothing but a markup language, hypertext markup language. It will give the skeleton like for web design. It will give the the size and all, and after that we use the CSS to do the design. So let's go to, without wasting time, let's directly go to editor and try to learn the HTML. So before going to code, first try to understand we need a code editor, where code editor is nothing but it is the place where we write the code. So you can download Visual Studio Code. Visual, just go to Google and write Visual Studio Code, download. This is the most famous code editor for front end. Okay, so just open the this first link, and whatever you are using Windows or Mac or Linux, you can download. If you are using the window, you can just click on the window, it will go to download page and you can just download it. Okay, you can just download. I have already downloaded and installed VS Code, so I'm not going to download again. After once you download, you can install and you can open on the on the desktop and just go to Visual Studio Code and open it. So this is how Visual Studio Code looks like for the first time. So let's discuss how to let's be familiar with the Visual Studio Code before writing the code. So this is the, you can see, if you click here, this is welcome page, just click, close it. If you go to this, here you can see your project structure. Okay, this is the where you can see, you can create the project and you can see the project structure. This is like if you want to search something in your project, then you can search here. This is for remote repository. Let's say you are writing your code here and you want to push your code to some GitHub or Bitbucket, wherever. So you can just push your code from local to remote repository. We'll learn. This is for run and debug, and this is for extension. So this Visual Studio Code is very famous for its inbuilt extension. Like we can install some extension and which will provide us different features. For example, just try to install one extension for HTML, live server. If you type live server, you can see this is the live server. You just click here and try to install. You can see install button for you, because since I have already installed, that's why I'm able to see disable or uninstall button. But for you, it will be the install button and you can install. That's it. After that, what we are just going to go to somewhere like just go to desktop, and try to create one folder. I'm just creating one folder. Let's rename it. We can give like learning LWC. I just clicked okay, and just go to VS Code and open that file or folder. Sorry, open that folder, open go to desktop, learning lightning web component. Here now you opened that folder, you can see learning LWC folder. Now you can see here if you want to create a new file, you can click here. If you want to create a new folder inside LWC, learning LWC, you can click. This is just for reload, refresh, and that's it. Okay, so let's create one file for HTML. For example, let's say I'm creating index.html. Click here. Now you can write the HTML code here. Okay guys, so let's discuss and write code here. So I'm going to write the first HTML code. So to write the HTML code, you just write doc type HTML. Okay, then write HTML and close it. See, this is a HTML tag. Whatever you see like this, whatever you see with this in let's say something, let's say P or whatever you see, this is a tag, this is a P tag, this is a HTML tag. And you can see here, this is a starting tag and there is a close tag. This you can see like we are closing it. So this is a starting tag and this is a closing tag. So this is HTML tag. And if you are writing something here, this will be complete, will be a HTML element. Try to learn the words. This is HTML element, whole element, and whatever you see in the this is like tag, HTML tag. So here you can say this is HTML tag, this is P tag, right? All right, so this is, you start with the doc time HTML and it should start with the HTML, and this is a starting HTML tag and this is closing HTML tag. After that you will write something called head and start and then close. It's automatically closing, but if it's not closing for you, you can just close this triangular bracket and you just close. Then head, inside head you can write title. Inside head title you can just write something learning HTML. Okay, so this is a element, this is a element, but a title is a tag. This is a starting tag, a starting title tag, this is closing title tag. After that we started head, we closed the head, inside that we wrote the title. Okay, all right, then we can write something called body tag, and whatever you write inside the body, it will be visible on your browser. For example, let me do one thing. Just go here and just try to divide. Okay, here I am closing it. Okay, just a second, just try to, okay. Then okay, just try to, this is like a HTML code, and if I right click and go to open with the live server, remember just now we installed the live server extension, right? Because of that extension it's coming as open with live server. If you forget to install that extension just now I shown you, then you will not be able to see this. So you first you install that, then if you click, you can see here, you can see like since we have not written anything inside body, it's not showing here. But here you see we wrote like learning HTML, right? Learning HTML. Here you can see title learning and HTML is not coming. It's there but it's not showing. So this is title, and whatever you write inside the body, it will show there, my first HTML. If you save, you can see here my first HTML element. So whatever you write inside the body, you should be able to see here. Okay, this we learn what is the attribute and what is the what is the tags. After that there are different tag. For example, there are some heading tag, h1 is start and h1 close. You can see like h1 start tag, h1. Let's say I'm writing something header first. You can see it's header first. If I write something s2, let's say header 2, it's smaller than that. Like that there are till h6. If I write a header 3, okay. If I'm writing header, sorry, h1, h4, header 4. Then if I'm writing h5, header 5, and then h6, header 6. You can see the just size is decreasing. So depending upon your requirement, you can use the h1 tag to give the header of something. Let's say you are trying to build a Lightning Web component and you are trying to make a header. So depending upon your requirement, you can use the header tag. So this is header tag, header HTML tag. Okay. After that there is something called, something called like paragraph tag. For that we use p tag. Okay, we use p tag. So you can write this is paragraph, paragraph. This is paragraph. You can see here this is paragraph. If you want to write one more paragraph, you can just write this is second paragraph. Guys, you can see like this is second paragraph, right? This is second paragraph. You can see there this is second paragraph. Okay. After that there is some more thing like div tag. There is something called div. So div tag, let's write something. This is div 1, and I'm making one more div. This is div 2. See, if you are writing two division, there is no space between each. But if you are writing two paragraph, there is a space, right? There is some space. So in what purpose we write the div tag? Let's say div is like if you want to put some collection of paragraph or collection of something. Okay. So what we do, we create a div. Inside that div we write, paragraphs or header. So it will be like one unit. In that case we use the div. Inside div you can write the paragraphs. Okay. This is about the div tag. Okay, let's go to our slide and let's see. H1 to H6 we learn like H1 to H6 we learn how it looks like. Then we talked about the paragraph, we talk about the div. There is something called anchor tag. Anchor tag is used for to make link. For hyperlink we use the h1 tag. We'll talk that. After that there is something called ordered list. Okay, so if you go to, let's talk about OL tag. This one we are discussing OL tag. So let's say we are creating one OL tag, and about that inside that we are making something called list. Let's say list 1. Let me just copy and paste list 1. List 2 will write something. Yeah, so let's make list 2, list 3, list 4. You can see in the right side. If you have a list of some record and if you want to display, for that you can use, if you want to display as the order, you can see 1 2 3 4. If you want to display as order, then you can use the order list. You can just put the order list, a starting tag, order list, ending tag, and inside you can just display whatever list record you have. That there is one more tag, on order list. So let's discuss here. On order list is eval. Just write eval, starting, close. It's all automatically closing for me, eval, and then you just write list inside this. this is list li. This is, let's say I'm writing something called, let's say ol list 1, ul, let's say on order list, something you can give on order list 1, and let me copy and paste few more times. Okay, this is 1, this is, let's say 2, this is, let's say 3, this is, let's say 4. You can see it's coming as a bullet, right? So if you have the requirement to display some records in on order list, not in the order list, then you can go use for ul tag. If you want to display as a order, then you can go for order list. All right, so we learned about how to display the list. Okay, let's go to slide and check. Okay, then there is something called this a tag. I'll explain. There is something called HTML attribute. HTML attribute is nothing but it will give some additional information about your HTML element. Okay, so what is that? So let's discuss about here HTML attributes. If you want to comment, you just can comment like this, HTML attribute. Okay, here I'm going to use the anchor tag, start, anchor tag, close. So attribute we give only inside the starting tag. This is a starting tag. First one is a starting tag, second is a close tag, right? So inside let's say I'm going to make it href. Let's say I'm just writing this is link, this is link. If I see, you can see the plain text, right? This is link. But if I want to make it actual link, then we use the anchor tag, and inside anchor tag we have to give attribute. For anchor tag there is attribute called href, and here you can write like https dot something google.com. you see it got changed, right? Previous it was just a plain text, but now it is link, and if you click it will work also. It will go to google.com. It is able to go to google.com. So this, by using the attribute, this is called attribute. It will be as a key and value. Attribute will be as a key. This is a key, this is the value. Okay, and it will be in the starting tag, not inside the end tag. Okay, there is few more. Let's say image, and in image there is something called source, and we have to provide the source. So let's close it, image. I just close it. Okay, and let's get some some image source. So best place to get the image source is you can write something called lorem pixum. Just go to Google and type the lorem pixum, and here you can give the you can get the lots of source, source for images for testing purpose. And just if I provide the source here, I just copied this one and just provide the source, and if I if I run as an open live server, you can see the image it's taking from that source. Okay, so this is the most used and most important HTML things we should know before going to the Lightning Web Component. Since it's like huge topic, but for current purpose you should know this much. This is almost enough, but in future if you want to learn more about HTML, you can just go to W3 School, just go to HTML, click on the HTML, and you can start learning here. Okay, but this is, if you understand this much, it's enough to start the Lightning Web Component. Before ending this section, let's discuss once again. So to write the HTML, we start with the doc type HTML. Okay, doc type. Then we start with the HTML tag, start HTML tag, end HTML tag. Okay, then there will be something called head tag. This is head tag, start head tag, end head tag. Inside that there is a title tag. Title, whatever you write here in the title, you will see here. You can see like we wrote learning HTML. If you write, let's say title, I change it. Let's say title I said is mega. Let's say I wrote mega. you can see here it will be mega. Okay, mega. And whatever title you want to give for your page, that title you can get close. Then the body start body tag, and at down there is end, and whatever we write inside the body tag, it will be visible on the, it will be visible here. Okay, then we talked about the element, HTML element. This full is a one HTML element. This is a HTML element, and whatever you see inside the triangular, this bracket, it is called as HTML tags. For example, H1 is a HTML tag, and if you are creating a HTML tag opening there, you should close the HTML tag. So this we learned about H1 to ST tags, H1 to S2 S6 header tags. You can see the size, and depending upon your requirement you can use the header tag. Then we talked about the paragraph tag. Paragraph, if you want to write some paragraph, then you can use the paragraph tag. Okay, and then there is something called division tag. We saw if you are writing two division, there is no gap between this, but in the paragraph there is a gap. Okay, then we learned about ordered list and unordered list. For example, in the Salesforce you have to fetch some thousands of account record and display in the UI, right? So for that you can use order tag or unordered list, order list or unordered list, like this. Open order, close order, and inside that you can display your records as a list. This, after that we learn the attribute, HTML attribute. So HTML attribute is nothing but it gives the extra information about the HTML element. For example, if you want to make something as a link, we learned here something as a link, this is a link, then you can use the anchor tag. This A is nothing but the anchor tag, and you can provide the, this is attribute. Attribute will be in the form of key and value, right? And it will be inside the opening tag. Okay, we also learned about the image. This is image tag. Inside that we are using source attribute, and we are providing the source of the image, and then we are able to display the image. So guys, that's it about this video. You just try to practice this, and that's it. It will be enough to learn the Lightning Web Component. Thank you so much for watching this video. In next video we are going to learn the CSS, and then we'll go for JavaScript. So stay tuned. See you in the next video. Thank you.